Isn't it the one you already had? Yeah, yeah, take it all. Yeah. Hi everyone. How's everyone doing?
Good. Good to see you.
Good morning.
Good morning. So let's give it some more time for more people to join. Uh, Hi Erin. How are you? Do you wanna I'll give you permission to I'll make you a co-host
Okay.
so you can present
Okay. Can you hear
and
can you hear me okay?
yes. So yeah, let's give it another like maybe 2 to 4 minutes for anyone else to join, and then we'll start. I'll introduce you. So to start, okay?
Perfect. Thanks. Daniel, I'm sorry to bother you. My screen is saying there are people in the waiting room. Do you have
Yes.
access?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. I'm that, and then it takes like
Okay.
a I give them. Yep.
All good. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt.
No,
Sorry.
no, no. It's okay. So I think we can start. We have 20 people, and if someone else joins, I'll let them in. Well, welcome to this session of Cafe Connect, our second fall session. And today we have Erin Speck. She's a board member in the Nuckolls Fund for Lighting Education, and she's here well to talk and tell us about um, what the Nuckolls Fund is, what their grants are, and all the fellowships and all the awards that are connected to this, to lighting education and to inspire the next generation of interior designers or people interested in designing lighting systems and that kind of elements for space. So, Erin, if you want to, you can tell us a little bit about yourself so we can begin.
Great. Thanks very much. I'm very honored to be here and to be able to talk about the Nuckolls Fund. I'm very passionate about lighting and particularly the way in which the Nuckolls Fund is experiencing some reinvigoration. Now, I know you don't want to hear my verbal diarrhea, so I'm immediately going to jump in and share slides and jump into the presentation. Feel free to interrupt me at any time. If you raise your hand or something and I don't see it, please just unmute yourself and speak up. Um, there we go. Hopefully the slides are sharing. If someone could let me know that you're able to see them, I'd appreciate it.
Yeah,
Great.
they are.
Okay, so the Nuckolls Fund has been in existence since about 1987 and has been a great source for funding for educators, and there are some modest grants for students in select programs and other opportunities. And in the past, well, I've been with them for almost 10 years now, but in the past 4 years, we really have been putting a push on spreading the word and making more opportunities available. So I'm very excited to share this information with you. I love lighting. It really changes students' lives and it's great for educators. So this is the landing page of the Nuckolls Fund website. I've put in some QR codes, so if you want to use those to access and then mark the pages or whatever, it's a quick access for you. So this will take you to the landing page of the Nuckolls Fund for Lighting Education. Very briefly, I have to move some of my little labels. Oops, sorry. I have to move some of my labels around here. Sorry. These are some of the different grant opportunities that we have with the Nuckolls Fund. One is the Nuckolls Fund grant. I'm not going to read through all these. I know you're quite capable of reading through the slides. What I want to emphasize is a diversity of opportunities that are available. I'll be honing in on 1, 2, 3, 4 of them today that are coming down the path really quickly towards you. I also want you to recognize the Nuckolls Fund has given out a tremendous amount of money since it started, and also the number of opportunities and people that have educators and students that have benefited is quite significant. So the different grants that are available, first of all, the Nuckolls Fund grant in the upper left corner. The QR code here will take you to the landing page for the grant opportunities. The Nuckolls Fund is for programs that have an existing lighting class and want to promote or advance that lighting class or have an upper level of lighting class. And the grant award for that one would be maximum $30,000, and that's distributed over 2 years. And I want to pause here because I usually have a question that comes up. Do you get the $30,000 up front? No. You will have, when you submit your proposal, you'll submit a timeline or a schedule. You will have dates that you set that you will send the Nuckolls board information, and we will review the content up to that point of the proposal. Fund distribution is based on your reports. So the money doesn't come all in one lump sum. I just wanted to clarify that because I usually, and if I didn't clarify it, please ask again. Then the Leslie Wheel grant is a great opportunity for a school that maybe has a very weak lighting program, or maybe lighting is taught as part of another class and they like to advance and have their own individual lighting class. So the Leslie Wheel grant is a perfect opportunity for that. The amount of that grant is also $30,000. However, it's distributed over 4 years because those of us in academics know that in order to submit a proposal to initiate a new course and get it through the system takes time. So that money would be distributed based on your report dates that you've determined over the 4 years. And then the last one that I'll talk about is the Edison Price Fellowship, which has just gone on to a 2-year rotation. And I'll explain why and how it provides more opportunities by going on a 2-year rotation. So this is if for an educator who would like to pursue or have an interest in some aspect of lighting and would like to go and spend time with a manufacturer, lighting design firm, whatever your interest may be, spend time with them and then take the knowledge that you've gained from that and integrate it into your classroom. So that will not be available in 2026. It will be available again in 2027, and that's a $20,000 award for that one. Now, timeline is kind of critical to know, to be aware of, and also looking at the date right now. We're right at American Thanksgiving, so the end of the year is around the corner. Just to let you know, the deadline for the grants for them to be received is the 6th. And then I think it's helpful to know this because it hasn't been public knowledge really before. And I think the more transparent we are as a fund, the better we're doing. So just so that you know, once the grants or once proposals are submitted on the 6th or received on the 6th, we have an amazing administrator who goes through the content of all the proposals and gets them sent to us, the board members, within 24 hours. And then we have essentially 2 weeks and we do our own individual reviews of each proposal that comes in. We all have different ways that we rank them. So you can't say what is the most valued thing you're looking for or whatever, but we do have some common parameters that run through all of us when we're looking at these. Then after we have our board meeting on the 20th, notification is sent to the grant recipients on the 27th, sorry. And then on this February 2nd, contracts are distributed. And then the contract distribution will continue based on the schedule of time distributions that you have determined. What's required in a proposal? I'm not going to read through the 9 items on the left, but there are some particular things I want to emphasize or make sure you clearly understand. First of all, if all items are not included, you're not even going to be considered. So please make sure you follow all the steps. Second thing, abstracts are limited to 1 page. I would not run on with that. If you do, you're running the risk of not being considered. Also, 2 letters of support are required. There again, if you don't have the 2 letters of support, you're jeopardizing or compromising being considered for a grant. And those were kind of key things. Oh, the other thing, many people forget to include a schedule or the budget. They'll include one or the other and think they compensate for each other. They don't. They are 2 distinct and separate items. So the format for submission, it must be submitted either as a Word doc or PDF, maximum 25 pages. I have to tell you, when we get 40 and 50 page proposals and we've got hundreds of them to read, first of all, if you can't be concise in what you need to say in 25 pages or less, I think what I often see is the person submitting the proposal hasn't resolved completely what it is they want to accomplish. And so they think more words will get them closer, and it doesn't happen that way. Within the 25 pages, you want to make sure it includes the proposal, letters of support, resumes, and or CVs as needed. And if you're including illustrations, that must be included. Resumes or CVs, 1 page each. Document size has to be under 1 megabyte for the whole package. And then photos and illustrations only in a JPEG format. And Jean, as our administrator that I referenced earlier, she is amazing. Her name and email is plastered all over the website. Anytime you have questions, you should just reach out to her. But she receives all the proposals. Just to make you aware of the different academic institutions, I'm just going to fly through these because there's a lot of them, but just to show you, I have been asked in the past, and especially first when I got on this board, are there some institutions, it seems, or it was approached, someone approached me, it seems like the same institutions get the grants over and over again. I'm just showing you it is a diversity of academic institutions. There's no favoritism in here. It's across the board. And now I'd like to just show you a couple of projects. These are Leslie Wheel grant recipients, and these are from a variety of academic institutions, but I'm just showing you how I'm actually showing some of the work. When you are awarded a grant, part of your report package will be submitting examples of work that you or students that are taking your class have done. And typically at your final report, we do ask for some examples. So I'm just showing you, and I'm not going to spend a whole bunch of time on these, but I'm just trying to give you kind of a lens into what people have done with these grants and how they've approached it differently, and what they did with their students. And it's always fun to see student work. I think that's always amazing, especially for new lighting programs. Um, And these, as I said, these are from different academic institutions. And here we have everything from virtual reality through daylighting, through designing lighting for interior environments. And then also part of the grants, some faculty have used to take students to experience lighting, whether it's at a factory showroom or at a lighting design center or lighting showrooms, whatever it may be. Your whole grant can't be used for that. And you can't be on one coast and say, oh, I want to take my class to the opposite coast. That's a little unrealistic because there's probably lighting resources closer to you, but a portion of the grant could be used, especially if, I'm sorry, if economics were a consideration for students. Um, the next opportunity I want to make you aware of is this has just come under the umbrella of the Nuckolls Fund, and I want to make you aware that oops. Oh, sorry. There was a question. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Hi, Erin. Yeah, I wanted
Hi.
to ask you before you switched gears because mine has to do more with the grant side of things. Um, so you mentioned the two specific grants, the Leslie Wheel and the Nuckolls Fund, which relate to classes. On the grant page, it has the create your own grant flexible
Yes.
option. And I just wondered, is that something that the Nuckolls Fund is still considering?
Yes.
What attention is I guess if you submit a grant that doesn't fall under this typical purview or the proposal guidelines, but still seems worth submitting, is it looked at in the same way as alongside the others? Like, I just wonder for people looking at an avenue to get the grant to support something related to lighting education, but not specifically a class. How that's
Absolutely.
yeah.
Great question. It's so funny because this morning I was thinking, should I incorporate that? So you hit the nail on the head and I didn't. So good call. Yes. There are create your own grants. It is the fourth option down on the page when you're on the landing page for grants. And they are weighted and evaluated exactly the same as the other grants. And what has happened a couple of times in the past was one of the create your own grants was so strong that we felt it was worthy of funding versus a different one. It just, we can't tell what kind of grants we're going to get in each year. But yes, create your own grant is an
Still an
exceptional
option.
opportunity. Yes,
Okay.
most
Just wanted to
definitely.
make sure.
No,
Thank you.
great question. No. Did I miss any other hands? I'm so sorry. If anyone sees hands, or just unmute yourself and speak up, please. Okay. Now, something that I'm very, very excited about that is now part of our Nuckolls Fund. Teachers of Lighting Workshop ran for a number of years. The last year it ran was in 2019. And so we've kind of pulled our resources together, the Illuminating Engineering Society, Nuckolls Fund, and Cooper. And we're all pulling our resources to host Teachers of Lighting Workshop again in 2026. And it will be at the source in Peachtree, where Cooper is located. And the week is listed there on June 12th. I'm sorry, June 7th through 12th. So what we on the Nuckolls Fund board have decided was this will be offered, we're hoping, on an every other year basis, and then the one grant will be the others of the other years. What we're trying to do is maximize the opportunity for people to get exposure to how to teach lighting, because lighting is so dynamic, changing so quickly, and how do we keep our hand on the pulse and then prepare our students to leave the academy and go into professional practice and be current with lighting technology. So that's the reason we've made that change, and this will be the first go round. So whether you've taught lighting for 10 years, 20 years, whatever, whether you're new to lighting, Teachers of Lighting Workshop can give you a new lens and amazing people to connect with to help improve your lighting class. So the applications are due, I'm sorry, it's not on the 30th of January. There is a Teachers of Lighting Workshop committee within the Nuckolls Fund, who will be reviewing the applications. And then I've also included the QR code again will take you directly to the Teachers of Lighting workshop on the Nuckolls Fund webpage. By the way, if you go to the IES website and type in Nuckolls Fund, it will direct you right to the Nuckolls Fund Teachers of Lighting workshop webpage. We've got it really set up in a nice structure right now. So you will need to have a letter of intent. Why do you want to attend? What's your faculty rank and status? Lighting background, what makes you want to learn a little bit more, and how you hope to bring these experiences back and apply them in your classroom, your curriculum vitae, and then description of current lighting courses at your institution, and then a letter of support from your dean or your department head, whichever the case may be. Now, in terms of costs, when you're notified of your acceptance, a $695 fee will be due, and that's covering a very small portion of it. The rest of the fees are being picked up by Cooper, Nuckolls, and IES. And then you will also be responsible for travel to and from whatever your location is to the workshop in Peachtree, Georgia, for that duration of the time. And this is a really neat opportunity. I'm very happy this is coming back or we're breathing new life into it, and have some amazing dynamic people involved with it. It's really, it's really neat. My slide stopped, sorry. Oh, and that's basically a wrap. So we can open this for questions, or I can go back to slides, or you can say I missed something, or if somebody typed something in the chat and I didn't see it, please let me know.
I had another question about the workshop. I wanted to ask Erin if it's geared more towards people who have not taught lighting for many years and is like introductory things. Do people come even after they've been teaching lighting for many years? Is it sort of targeting one or the other group based on what the content is?
No, that's an excellent question, because we've had very long discussions about this on the board. You have to have some base knowledge of lighting. You can't show up there and not know anything. You're going to be struggling very much. From the structure that I've seen, we're trying to incorporate things that have not been done at Teachers of Lighting workshop before, and incorporate things that we can use in the classroom more or less hands-on. So I would say whether you've been teaching for a long time or you're relatively new, as long as you have a foundation in lighting, you would benefit from it. Now, the question is, what do you consider a foundation in lighting? We on the board have decided, the Illuminating Engineering Society has a course called Fundamentals of Lighting. I developed the first program for that back in whatever it was, 2015. They've just revised it. So the content that is covered in that is what we would consider as a base knowledge. It doesn't mean you're an expert at all of it, but you have an awareness. So that, we're talking about correlated color temperature and color rendering index. It's not like new to you. You might not be able to answer it in a split second, but you have, a spectral distribution graph. You have an awareness of it. We don't expect you to be able to recite a photometric data chart from a manufacturer.
Can you repeat the name of that course you just mentioned?
It's by the Illuminating Engineering Society.
Yes.
And the course is Fundamentals of Lighting. And most Illuminating Engineering Society sections throughout North America offer that course about once a year, or once or twice a year. And you can support your IES local section and take the course. When I did it, I haven't looked at I have glanced at the new version. I had 10 modules that would just start with an overview of everything to do with lighting, like the history of lighting right on through. And I believe the new course is more updated. I'm sorry, has the same structure, where I'd say the biggest change is there's a heavier focus on LEDs than when I wrote that course, if that makes sense.
Yeah, I teach lighting and I'm about to do it again in the spring. So that would be great.
Terrific. Good job.
I have a question. So, going back to the the scholarship ones, um, how competitive is it?
That's A great, great question.
Hmm.
Every year, I have been on the board years when we've had 40 to 60 different proposals submitted for the various grants.
Hmm.
And I've also been on it a couple of years where I get really, really mad or upset, where we've only had like 8 or 10. I
Hmm.
can't tell you what's, we've tried to figure out what is this sweet spot. We used to have proposals due middle of September. And that seemed to be when we had a big dip. I guess academic courses are getting underway. People didn't have time to do it. So we've tried this shift this is our third year now in January. So we're just trying to figure out what that happy balance is to accommodate academic schedules. But
Hmm.
we have some years we get a lot, some years we get so few. And I
How
just,
many how many do you actually fund? So say for example the Knuckle Fund grant for 30,000 or the Leslie Wheeler. How many applicants actually receive?
okay, great question. We on the board approach it that there will be at least one for each category.
Mhm.
Now, that again depends on how well the grants are written, because since I've served on the board, there have been a few years where the Nuckolls Fund, we had some amazing submittals, and we funded 2 or 3 of those along with one of each of the others. So it depends on the power in the actual proposal.
Okay.
But we do go in with the intent. One from each category will be funded. That's very clear.
Okay.
I will also tell you, we've had years where one or the other did not get funded because there were no proposals that were strong enough.
Okay, good.
So,
Only strong proposals.
yes.
Quick question. What if you
Sure.
get a proposal, but it really fits, you get one for Nuckolls Fund, but it really fits the Leslie Will you automatically shift it, or it has to fit the grant that it was submitted for?
Now, what we do in that case, the board will discuss it and we'll say, gosh, this would be really good for that. And we will peg it, and then we'll reach out to the person saying, we see this would be a stronger fit. And we have awarded in that case. Yeah. Because, writing grants, we all know we're writing grants all the time. Sometimes it may fall into a different category and you're in the weeds and you don't see that. It's called life. So, yes. Great questions.
Hi, Christy Newton. I have a
Okay.
question about the Vita. Is that basically just, your resume, CV, and a portfolio, or what's the expectation for that for the workshop?
Oh, great. For the workshop, let me,
Or anything for both. I
well,
mean,
we're trying to keep them limited to the one page.
okay.
Or we're strongly suggesting you keep it limited to the one page. So I would keep it just to things that relate to your academic teachings, especially if possible, related to lighting experiences. Did that answer it, or did I confuse you? I'm sorry.
Thank you. Thank you.
Okay.
I wasn't sure whether it's a portfolio or,
No, no.
Okay, thank you.
No, great.
Well, I think that workshop is going to be fantastic. I think it's great that you guys are offering that because that can really help lighting instructors or instructors teaching lighting, maybe plot a really nice direction sort of thing.
Yeah, it's been a heavy lift to pull this together and
Yeah,
coordinate the resources, but I think it's going to be exceptional. I'm very excited for that.
nice.
Thank you for doing this, Erin, because I was there twice. Once when I just started, I think I taught lighting for a year, so that must have been 2011. And then I went, I think maybe in 2017 for a second time, and I still learned so much. I mean, it's such a complex field that it's really worthwhile. I
Yeah.
do have sorry.
No, I was going to say, isn't that how we met?
That is how we met. Yeah, I'm so
Okay.
glad to see you today. And it's
Yes.
amazing all of the volunteer work you are doing for IES. Wonderful.
I live on a farm. I just sit around eating bonbons all the time.
Yeah, I know that's not true, but anyway. I'm looking for information for the Jules Horton International Scholar because I have a student who's very interested in lighting, is an excellent student and wants to study abroad. But I don't see anything on the website other than a description of the person it's named after.
At this time, the Jules Horton has been tied to a couple of academic institutions.
Okay.
And hold on, we're revamping this right now. So what I would strongly suggest is send me an email with your exact question, and I can bring it up with the board immediately.
Okay.
Yeah,
Would it be helpful to give you some background information on the student and what their hopes are?
Absolutely. Yes,
Okay.
please. Yep. We are broadening the student scholarship. I can't say too much right now, but we are revamping and broadening that and under different lenses. So your timing is kind of perfect.
Oh, good. Thank you.
No problem.
Very nice.
So I don't know if I just didn't have enough information or if there's more questions or if anyone wants to discuss anything about lighting or whatever. I don't want to take up your time, but I also want to make sure everybody gets their questions answered.
I mean, this is a side note. What are the most innovative things in lighting happening today? I mean, maybe we just don't know about them, but maybe something to get us excited.
I think some of the acoustics that's tied to light fixtures that can hear and record sound, I think some of that is exciting. I think the design of light fixtures that lighting and acoustics, some of you who know me probably know that's where my life kind of intertwines. Light fixtures that have the sound baffles for absorbing sound and produce light as well. I think that's a really neat tie-in. Instead of having it's kind of, how do I say this? Instead of having acoustics addressed as one finished material and lighting addressed as another finished material, incorporating the two I think it's a brilliant technology. It's not resolved yet, but I think it's moving in that direction. I also think lighting controls. Some of you, those of you who know me from a long time ago, lighting controls is my real passionate bag. I'm working on developing some research right now for the new direction of lighting controls, and it'll just blow your mind. It's unlike anything we could have ever dreamt. And AI is making that possible because it does tracking of humans in spaces. And so it can set the controls to that. And then for those of you who also know my connection with Lead and Well, the directions that Lead and Well are incorporating in terms of how lighting for human health is looked at is spectacular and long overdue. So those would be my top 4 or 5 things. Sorry.
Yeah, no, it's fantastic. You know, I think it's exciting.
It really is. Amazing.
Your face just lit up when you talked about
Yeah.
Oh, man, guys.
You found your passion.
I have found my passion. You're right. Yes. And absolutely love it, love it, love it.
It's fantastic.
Yeah.
Wow.
If this was too short, I'm sorry, but I do encourage if any of you have questions, particularly if you have questions about grant applications or anything. Jean, who's our administrator at the Nuckolls Fund, is brilliant. She's amazing, and you can email her with any questions. Also, if you're not sure, you can always email me, and I can direct it to the board. I meet with them every Tuesday morning at 7 a.m. or whatever it is, and so we can get responses pretty quickly, or we try. We're heading into holiday time, so I'm not going to promise anything at this point. But yes, and I'm so happy. Oh, go ahead.
Sorry.
No,
Can I ask you a question?
Sure.
So when you write a grant budget portion, is there any standard guideline or certain itemized item has to be included, or any guidance or examples for the budget?
No, the budget is actually based on, we can't have a standardized budget because we have I don't even know how to describe the diversity of proposals we get. But couple of things, for equipment or equipment installation, we as the board look at maximum $7,500 of the grant being dedicated to that, because that's not the point of the grant. Buying equipment for a lighting lab is not what this these opportunities are about. So we do have a limit on that and try to make people aware of it. I'm trying to think if there's anything else that's really, taking students as well. I kind of said this earlier. If you wanted to take students to things, don't take them across the country if you've got a resource nearby. And if you're in an economically disadvantaged area or whatever, and that would make the opportunity possible for students, I would definitely write that in.
Okay. Okay.
Did that help or did I confuse you?
No, it's helpful, but it just always budget is a little bit challenging when you write a grant.
Right.
So I kind of wish there is any guidance which has to be, which is part of, I mean, this is big money to me. So you have to well distribute then what is possible, what is not possible.
Correct.
Okay.
You could always put together some ideas and just email Jean, say, I'm thinking of this or I'm curious, is there any guidance? She may not be able to, I can't because I'm going to be potentially reviewing. Also, just so you all know, I recuse myself from anyone that I've had connections with in my life and such during those. I will not cross a line. I have very, Jerome, I have very
Yes.
rigid,
Yes. Okay.
what ethics, I guess is the word to call it.
Right.
So I would reach out to her
Okay.
because she would be more able to speak to that than I would. I'm sorry, I'm not trying to leave her in question it.
Still
Use
useful
direction.
information, but thank you.
Okay, no problem.
I also wanted to suggest, so I oversee the Lighting Knowledge Network for IDEC, and last year we had some past recipients give a presentation in our network meeting, and they shared their proposals so that we could see what one looked like and how they set that up, including their budget. And our Lighting Knowledge Network, they shared those as PDFs. So I think someone asked if there's a place for previously funded projects, but if you reach out to me, I'll put my email in the chat and want to be part of our Lighting Knowledge Network through IDEC. We have a Google Drive where we house things from those meetings. And so that will give you an opportunity to see those from people who were willing to share their successes in the past.
Oh, that'll be great.
Thank you.
Yeah, it was really
I'll reach
helpful.
out to you.
And just to clarify, I did not have anything to do with that development. I just want to make sure everyone fully understands that was not initiated by me or I had no involvement with it.
Yeah, this was separate. And these individuals, like, again, we confirmed in advance that they were fine to share these with others so that they could have, examples of potential ways to set it up. That wasn't through Nuckolls. It was just through our IDEC group.
I also want to mention, look at the Nuckolls Fund website, see what grants were previously funded and such. Use the Nuckolls Fund to your advantage. Don't fill out a grant without looking fully at the website, if that makes sense.
Erin, I have a question. Regarding
Sure.
the student grants, do those follow the same deadline, such as the January 6th deadline?
Yes, at this point, the way it's structured, there are specific academic institutions. Let me explain why there are specific academic institutions that are allowed to have student scholarships. People that gave the money or donated the fund 10 years ago, 20 years ago, whatever it was, historically set up, we would like this institution, and so we don't have, I'm sorry, if it's been funded that way, we can't waiver from those institutions. And those institutions know that their faculty makes a recommendation to us and puts names forward. And then the student puts a letter together for us and such. We are right in the mix of this right now of changing that. So I would say within a year, possibly 2 years, there's going to be more student scholarship opportunities that are not tied to specific academic institutions. Okay. Did I just confuse you? Or?
No, it's understandable. And now that I know that all the student scholarships or opportunities are tied to those specific institutions.
At this point, we're working on that though. Okay.
Good.
Excellent question, by the way. So, if one of you wins did the 900 million got won last week or whatever? If not, start a school, do the scholarship for whatever schools you want. Sorry.
Right. Fantastic.
Right. Other questions or? Feel good? Please, please, I want to encourage you. Please, please apply. Really, I can't tell how many applications or how many proposals we're going to receive this year, but I think it was 2 years ago or so. We were scraping the bottom of the barrel. There were very, very few. So I strongly encourage you to submit a proposal. What's the very worst that can happen? Let me tell you. You submit it, it doesn't get awarded. You think about it over the year and put a new slant on it, revitalize it, and submit it again. Don't always expect first time. Learn from first time, but make that first time happen so that you can do a resubmit. I think too many people sit back and think, I'll do this, and then they don't. Do it.
Yeah.
Other questions, comments, thoughts? I can do the stop share so that I'm sorry.
Daniel, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here. Is that my camera isn't working, but
Okay.
I'm here. No, I have no questions. I just want to thank Erin for the detailed explanation of everything that well, applying for the grants entails and what the opportunities are, what the results can be, and what you were talking about, how lighting education and lighting itself is moving into the future and incorporating all the, well, technological advancements alongside with it, and it's not like waiting for something else to happen to catch up. So I think that gives us kind of an idea where to move and also how important, and I share that with Erin, how important for LEED and um, to incorporate sustainable uh, lighting design for buildings. It's a must, and how technology is increasingly getting more affordable. It's increasingly getting uh, more powerful to suit specific user needs. And I think that lighting is one of those issues, as well as acoustics, that we can talk about, that we could, I think you should also participate in a future Cafe Connect, or at least have a discussion about acoustics, because that's the only sense we cannot turn off. Like, we can all close our eyes, we can all do something, but acoustics affects us in levels that we're not aware of. And I don't know if the Nuckolls Foundation is willing to go into acoustics, but I think that's a field um, that sometimes gets way overlooked, and it's very important because it affects well-being, health, and a lot of things for for building occupants. And I think we don't get to discuss it as profoundly as other things in our curriculum or even in our professional practice. So I think we can put a pin in that and maybe get you back for a talk about acoustics. So
Yeah.
I'll be bothering you
That's fine.
with
And
that.
guys, I have so much verbal diarrhea on acoustics, and I shouldn't start, but I'm going to just let something rip here. In the European Union, acoustics is very heavily thought of. I took a group to Tallinn, Estonia this past summer, and it's very fascinating. You might own a piece of land and you want to build a house, so you design it, you go to get the building permit. If the property records levels of 53 decibels or greater, you will not get that building permit. Barcelona is the noisiest city in Europe. It's every corner of Barcelona is above a 53 decibel level limit. And they actually now have spaces just within buildings where there's no noise, you can't talk, you go in, because people need to get away from the constant noise. Also in the Ile-de-France, the city plan in the center of the help me out here, super blocks. Thank you. I've had students record the decibel level on the outside and the inside, and it's like a 20 to 30 decibel level difference. We need to get away from the constant noise. I'm going to shut up because I get really animated about some of this stuff. I'm so sorry.
I think we should circle back and bring you again in the spring to talk about acoustics. So I think we can, if you're interested, I'll email you
Sure.
and we can have a meeting about that. So we
Perfect.
can have another Cafe Connect about
Mhm.
Perfect.
acoustics.
Perfect.
I would also like to know more about how to introduce that just as a project, as on a preliminary level, to introduce the
Right.
language and what that means. I took the students to visit one of our local, I don't know it's 30,000 square feet of uh, furniture space. It's a moving company, and they had hanging from the ceiling was baffles. I don't even know what the term is, but it was acoustics because the place was, had no soft surfaces. And I just don't know how to introduce that at a level to where they become competitive and know a little bit more about how to do that. So
I
yeah,
have
Cafe Connect.
I have a perfect assignment. If you email me, I will send
Okay.
it to you. It has changed students' lives. It's a two-part, the couple parts of this assignment, but they have to be able to get balloons,
Oh,
have a pin and pop balloons in environments. It's an amazing assignment. It is amazing. Email me and I'll send it to you. I share it with everybody.
okay.
It's amazing.
Is your
Erin,
email in the chat
can
or I'll just look
I,
you up?
can I have your email? Can you, I don't know your,
That's okay. I'm gonna put it in the chat.
Yeah,
J.E.
yeah, yeah.
Spec.
You're the most popular girl on the call.
Oh,
Mhm.
is it showing up? I'm sorry.
Let's see.
Oh, also, you can get that assignment if you're an IDEC member. That's right,
Oh yeah.
innovative teaching. Why didn't I
Okay.
think of that? I have the IQ peanut butter. Of course, it's there on the IDEC innovative teaching
Idea,
assignments or something like that.
innovative teaching ideas.
That's it.
I
Brilliant.
will go get it. Thank you.
Great. And if you're not an IDEC member, don't be afraid. Just email me. It's not a problem.
Is it J.E. Spec at GW?
jespec@gwu.edu.
Thank you, Aaron.
No problem.
Fantastic.
Okay.
showing up on my chat?
There you go.
Not on my chat.
Not on my chat.
Chat has left us.
Now let me look for it. I just posted it
Okay.
in the chat.
I was gonna do the same thing too. Okay, we got it then. Good.
Perfect.
Perfect.
Well, Erin, thank you so much for your time and for all the information that you gave us. I think this is going to be very very useful for all the the people who want to submit a proposal. And
Great.
well, I think at least if people listen to this and watch this video in our website, ideasforid.com, where we host all of the Cafe Connect content that we're gathering. Um, well, get excited about the acoustic class and maybe like encourage you to present something.
Perfect. All good. Thank you very much for this opportunity, you guys, and thank you for listening to me. I greatly appreciate it. I really like talking about the Nuckolls Fund, and I really love it when people take advantage of the opportunities that are available with it. So thank you.
Thank you for your time.
Yeah,
No
thank you.
problem. All good.
Thank you.
Erin.
Thank you, Aaron.
Bye,
Thanks.
Erin.
Okay.
Fantastic.
Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you.
Okay. Bye-bye.
All
Bye-bye.
right.
Hi. Hi,
Hi.
Stephanie.
Hi. How you doing?
Good. Sorry, is that my camera stopped working and I've been
Oh
trying
no.
to get it to work, but I haven't been able to. Um, no, I'm gonna stop the recording for this.